You are listening to Book Clips, a podcast where authors and narrators expose you to excerpts from different books. You can find the show and more by searching for The Lesbian Talk Show on iTunes, Podbean, or Stitcher.
I'm Kat Evans, and today I'll be reading to you from my new novel, The Domme Tamer. Thick white puffs of condensation escaped from her lips and floated in the air around her as AJ knelt on the snow. With strong, capable hands, she zipped up the body bag in one seamless motion. Over the years, her hands had zipped many a body bag. Her hands had gripped deadly weapons and pleasured beautiful women, inflicted pain and comforted the suffering. By her very nature, FBI Supervisory Special Agent Angela A.J. Johnson embodied both protector and aggressor. Her eyes had seen horrors most people couldn't imagine, the images forever seared across her brain. The memories were always there, always hovering, and as much a part of her as her own two hands. Throughout her career, she had traveled all over the world in dangerous pursuit of the most wicked of men. She succeeded because she was smarter. She had learned to walk with evil by using pain and pleasure instead of having pain and pleasure use her. A woman with an erotic sexual appetite and a thirst for control, she personified the adage, takes one to know one. AJ was the one in control, always. The men she pursued were predators, and she was their gifted tracker. And as long as there was breath in her body, she would find them. Born the only child to heavy metal duo Jax Viper and Desiree Craft, she was heir to the family fortune. Clearly, she didn't do her job for the money or the fame. She did it for the challenge. It was eerily quiet up on the mountaintop. The blanket of snow covered everything as far as she could see. If she'd gotten there just 2 hours earlier, the woman in the body bag would still be alive. AJ expelled a long, frustrated sigh that left her lips on a cloud. Heavy footsteps crunched behind her. Shielding her eyes from the glare of the morning sun, she turned her head and looked over her shoulder to see Detective Scott trudging through the snow toward her. "Good work, Agent," he said. "We finally got him." AJ rose to her feet. She glanced up at the buzzards circling high in the sky directly over them. "Not soon enough," she said. "Don't second-guess yourself. Joseph Hopper is off the streets. Women in Enumclaw are safe again, and the families of our victims have closure. This is a good day, Agent." When he finally reached her, he held out a pen and clipboard. "I need you to sign a statement if you don't mind. If anything is incorrect, just cross through it, write what you want, and initial your changes." AJ read the contents of the report, signed her name on the line, and handed the clipboard back to him. "If you need anything else, just contact the office. They'll know how to reach me." He looked at her signature and raised his brows. "You sign your name Angela Johnson III? How is that? You're not a man." "So I've been told my whole life." She bent at the waist and brushed the powdery snow from her pant leg before it melted. "So what does the number 3 stand for?" "A Roman numeral." Her answer was intentionally vague. Without a backward glance, she forged through the snow. She headed toward the group of law enforcement officers gathered around the ATVs parked about 100 yards down the mountain. "Hey, AJ," Detective Scott called out to her. "The guys are meeting for drinks tonight at a place called the Historic Mint. You should join us." "Thanks, but I'm already booked on the red-eye out of Seattle back to D.C. "So soon? I would have thought they'd give you guys some downtime after a case ends." "Don't need it." "Hold up a sec." He caught up with her. "Since this is probably the last time I'll see you, I want you to know that it was a pleasure working with you, Agent. I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot when you first got here." He extended his hand. AJ firmly returned his handshake. Apology accepted. "Take care of yourself," he said. AJ managed to travel about 10 more feet when she heard him call out. "Seriously, you've got to tell me or it'll drive me crazy. What does the 3 stand for? Is it a suffix?" She paused and turned to face him. She pitched her voice so that he could hear her clearly. "It's an identifier. It's been used since the Middle Ages to represent a deity." "Ah," Detective Scott's eyes rounded with comprehension. "So it's a religious symbol, like the Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost." "No, it's a visual message. It means I have the power to claim you, mind, body, and soul." And that's a wrap. Thanks for joining me. You can purchase your copy of The Domme Tamer on Amazon.com.
This was an episode of Book Clips. Check out the show notes for more on this book. And it would be great if you would rate the show and subscribe to the Lesbian Talk Show podcast channel for more woman-centered content. If you are an author of lesbian fiction, then send us your reading. You can find out how on thelesbiantalkshow.com/reading.